Welcome to Extra Butter. It came, it saw, it conquered. Bad Boys 3 breaking all kinds of box office records, exceeding all expectations. You know what didn't? Doolittle. Man, did that fizzle. What's up with Doolittle? Why didn't people go? Maybe they were waiting for it to go to home video. Speaking of which, Addams Family arrives on home video. Snoop Dogg and the rest of the cast talking to us and more on this edition of Extra Butter. Oh, hey. You guys are just in time. We're about to start the show. We got somebody new at the table. Your name is?
Small Popcorn.
That is Small Popcorn, and it's a movie show where we talk about movies pretty much the way you talk about movies. It's just me and my friends, my new friend Small Popcorn, and the world famous Steph Sanders, everybody! Steph Sanders!
What's up, gentlemen?
How you doing?
All right.
All right. Steph Sanders, Small Popcorn, Steph Sanders.
Small, Steph, small.
World famous comedian on the tour with Bill Bellamy. How are things going in the comedy world?
Fantastic, great. I am Steph Sanders everywhere. Show me in March, April, I'll be taping a special. Good look out for it. Be looking out for it.
There you go. Instagram star, what's your handle?
Large drinks, small popcorn.
All right, so we've called you up to the big kid table specifically today to defend Doolittle. I was kind of hard on it in the open announce. This I know, so tell me why people should go see Doolittle.
I like it because it shows not a different side of animals, not how like polar bear, they're gonna be all mean and stuff like that, but it will show how that, like people, animals are the same. We're different from, everyone has their own specific personality.
So what animal would you be if you were an animal?
Probably a cheetah.
You know I'm about to ask you the same thing.
A hyena, definitely.
Really?
Yes.
Why a hyena?
Because they have the best laughs.
They do have it's true, they do have the best laugh. Me, I would be a sloth. Not because I'm sloth-like, but I'd like to be sloth-like. I wish all I had to do was get from point A to point B as slowly as possible.
That's it, all day.
Now, you realize you don't have to defend Dr. Doolittle. If you didn't like it, you can just tell us right now. This is a show about honesty and transparency.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna defend it. I state my ruling.
You liked
Wow.
it?
Yeah.
Okay then, all right.
I love it.
Doolittle, kid approved. You can tell I'm the old guy. I'm a boomer because I keep wanting to say doctor.
Great perspective, though, that he had about different way to see animals. I like that. I never looked at it that way. I just looked at it as not a great movie. But it was
Exactly. Maybe I went in all wrong. I went to it thinking it was a comedy. That's where I had it all wrong.
Right.
All right.
Nobody told me there'd be a dragon.
Bad Boys 3. Here's a movie that could have been horrible. What were your concerns early on?
My concerns with that, they just wouldn't have it anymore. Like, they're older now. I couldn't believe 25 years ago was Bad Boys 1.
Right.
And that the chemistry may not be there. Martin doesn't have his comedic timing. I just thought it wouldn't be believable, them chasing, running. It was fantastic. The way they did it was fantastic.
I've been attached to this movie, invested in it in this way for a long time. My best friend, Joe Carnahan, originally was going to direct the movie, but ultimately he did write the movie. And I love the movie because when I watch it, I see a lot of Joe Carnahan's beats. Joe Carnahan kind of has a gritty style.
Yeah.
All of the beats about the backstory, about, I don't want to plot spoil, but the really interesting connection between Will Smith's character and the bad guys is all Joe Carnahan's doing.
Wow.
Now, you've seen them on the road talking about this movie, right?
Yes, I have.
What were your concerns before the movie even came out?
Well, in the interviews, Martin was a little bit too low key for me. Like, Will was running the interview. Will kind of picked up every interview. Martin was a little bit low key. So I was like, maybe this movie he doesn't believe in as much as he's saying he believes in it.
Right.
But he delivered 200%. Will Smith delivered. It was just they're a great team, great chemistry, and they still got it.
Exactly. Like, I don't think obviously, either of them didn't say yes. This movie could not have been made, and I love that they stuck together no matter what world premiere they were at, of which, how many were there? So like seven world premieres, they were side by side, every inch of that carpet. We caught up with them in Hollywood, of course.
Love and respect.
Yeah, man.
Great deal of love and respect.
Yeah, and in terms of chemistry, we've been talking about that a lot. It's really hard to say where that comes from. It's like a magic X factor. We enjoy each other, and we understand each other, and I think that's a big part of why we're able to create scenes and create interactions that make people laugh.
I love seeing the two of them together. And what
Love
most
it.
people don't realize is that Bad Boys was the movie that launched Will Smith's movie career.
That's
Before
crazy.
that, he was Will Smith TV star.
Yes.
And this wouldn't have even happened if it weren't for Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence didn't even, he was like, who is this guy? He was told by his sister, like, you need to go ahead and get Will Smith in this. He's like, goofy Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he's like, yeah, let me have a meeting with him. Had a meeting, instant chemistry. They decided to do the movie together. But it was Martin's movie first.
You know, Martin had a TV show. Let me score you, kid. Martin had a TV show. You know who one of the best guest stars in the history of Martin was?
Oh, no.
Yes, take a look.
Yeah.
That's me, guy 3 at party. All right, back to reality. You just dropped a huge bomb during the commercial break
Yeah.
about this movie.
Yes.
The original development for Bad Boys back in the day was supposed to be who? Get ready for dated references lost on you.
Dana Carvey and John Lovitz.
What?
Can you believe that? Dana Carvey and John Lovitz were going to be the original Bad Boys. I'm like,
How would that have worked?
right. I don't know what that would have been like, but I don't think it would have been a 3.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna be in Bad Boys, right? Yeah, that's the way it went.
John Lovitz.
The only John Lovitz impression I do is him doing the liar bit from SNL. The only Dana Carvey anybody does is the church lady.
Right. Who would have done the
That's
fight scenes in that?
special. How would
Who
that
would
have gone
done
down?
the car scenes? Like, that's crazy.
Unbelievable. I would say they made a good choice. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it.
see
It
it.
works and holds up remarkably well, largely because
Yes.
they lean into what these characters would really be doing
Yes.
if it were 20 years later. They don't
Exactly.
try to fake it. I always wondered why Will Smith's character always dressed nice,
Yeah.
like this guy, always
always-
dressed
always
to the
dressed,
nines,
yeah.
right? This movie kind of explains it, right?
It does. Like you too.
Well, I
But you don't look like, you know.
You know, every now and then I'll crack something off of eBay that fits. Hey, speaking of dressing nice, that's what The Gentleman is all about. Thank you, Segway helpers. The Gentleman,
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's new movie, brought to you by Guy Ritchie. We'll talk with all of them next. And welcome back. It is Extra Butter, where we talk about movies the way you talk about movies. Up next, a movie that I've been so geeked out to tell you about. Run, Don't Walk. How many times did I blow your phone up right
know.
after I saw it?
I know. Please.
You
I'm
gotta
still
go
trying to
see
erase those
The
memories.
Gentleman. This is a remarkable movie. It stars Matthew McConaughey.
Yes. Guy Ritchie
Guy
directed
Ritchie
it.
directed.
Excuse me.
Hold on a second. We have a question in the front row. Yeah, yes, you in the bow tie.
Why you guys get to geek out about all these old actors? I do not know.
Why we have to geek out about the old actors? Because Matthew McConaughey, is he old?
Oh, he's a heartthrob. Come on, Guy Ritchie, married to Madonna, the one and only Madonna. Oh,
Who's Madonna? I don't even know a Madonna.
Who's Madonna, the kid
About
said.
Samantha.
Did you want to be excused for this one?
Yeah, can I go get some snacks?
Yeah, you go sit this one out. While he sits it out, this would be a great date movie. Maybe mom and dad leave
Yeah.
the kids at home. There's some inappropriate things that are done in this movie,
Yeah.
inappropriate things that are said in this movie.
but great acting, great writing.
And how funny is this movie?
Yes, very, very. I mean, Matthew McConaughey has always been kind of like secretly funny, but he's hysterical in this movie. Great lines for everybody in it, and the acting again is phenomenal acting.
And I love the picture within a picture and the fourth wall revealed, the way Guy Ritchie directs his movies. And this movie kind of leans into that because it's the story of a hitman writing a screenplay about the
being a
hit.
hitman.
Great cast too. You've got Michelle Dockery. You know her. You love her from Downton Abbey. So I caught up to them at a bar. Yeah, don't worry, I called my probation officer to let him know what's going on. Caught up with them at a bar in New York City to talk about it. The conversation, you saw this, didn't you think it kind of went a little deeper than I'd planned?
Yeah, exactly. Especially in a bar. I'm like, I thought it would be surface. You went a little deeper then.
I tried to get silly. Matthew McConaughey brought philosophical. Take a look. Nice to
Morning,
see you
Mark.
guys.
Good morning, Mark.
I love the place you picked.
Thank you.
Right?
Anything good to drink here?
Yeah, we have some nice bourbon, sir.
Long
you like
neck?
one?
Long branch?
Long branch.
Hey, sir, a good long branch, please. How you doing, Stuart? You guys
Neat.
got Stuart here.
Stuart's always
All
back
right,
there.
long branch, please. So this movie, I can't begin to tell you how much I love it. There's no way I'm going to do this movie justice in the short time that we have here right now. So I just need to say thank you for doing this movie.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We enjoyed it.
Each of you has done a little bit of everything, but at the same time, this had to do something to you. There had to be a day or a moment on set where you said, I haven't done this before.
Oh,
Day one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, my good man.
Was your day one my day one? No, you're in the pub with the.
I'm in the, but was that your day,
That was my day one.
my day two?
So, yeah, that's right.
It wasn't afternoon one, it was day two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Matthew, the average guy should correct what to be the best gentleman? Where are most of us getting it wrong?
Oh, don't. Too many of us try to be everything to everybody all the time, and you know, a gentleman is one man at a time. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's sort of a gentleman has a certain identity. He doesn't have to get. He doesn't. You don't feel a gentleman, as I said earlier, trespassing, reaching out to access and success around him to get identity. Yeah, a gentleman has a certain presence and respect, not only for others but for self, which I think you can walk in a room and no one even has to say anything, and you can usually pick out a gentleman, just as you can pick out a real lady.
Which I have all represented here today. I'm sorry to class the room down a little bit. You guys, it's an amazing movie.
Sharp.
And cheers to
Glad
that.
you enjoyed.
My
Cheers.
probation officer is actually the one timing me the room, so I won't be drinking.
Cheers.
My God, it smells
Cheers again.
phenomenal. Cheers. Thanks, you guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I love, some of my favorite movies are those movies that are indescribable.
Yeah.
And don't you think that kind of fits that genre?
It does. Something that you just say, you got to go see it. Those are those movies you're talking with your friends, you're like, it's a great movie, you just have to go see it. I'm not
Right.
going to tell you what it's about, you just got to go see it. Yeah.
Exactly. Where's the kid? Where's Small Popcorn? I want
And my
to.
sweetest fish.
I want to school. Yeah, exactly. I want to school him up once he gets my hot tamales to tell him about Guy Ritchie, because Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrels.
Yes.
This is probably the best Guy Ritchie movie and the purest of his form since then.
I would definitely say so, because I'm a Guy Ritchie fan, and I was always waiting for him to just do something next level. This is it.
Is there a problem here, Ray?
I don't know. Is there a problem here, Fletcher? I see no problem at all. I forgot to wash my hands.
And it's so funny, and like the trailer gives you a hint as where the comedy's going, but the trailer definitely doesn't show you all the funny things. The funniest things in this movie, we can't show you on a TV trailer.
Date night.
Date night. Go see this movie. In the meantime, while the kid's not here, we're going to also talk about a really important movie you can bring home this weekend, Black and Blue.
Yes.
One of the most exciting action-packed movies that also speaks some truth. Talking to the cast and crew of it next. Got our newest member, Small Popcorn, scouting out some candy for us. In the meantime, we're talking about grown-up movies, stuff you should see on date night, kick it at home, Netflix and chill, or stream, or get it on Blu-ray and DVD. We're talking Black and Blue.
Black and Blue with the boy Tyrese.
You know, they
Culture
say,
classic, baby boy.
No kidding. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Have you ever seen a movie that is entertaining, action-packed, but at the same time has a powerful message?
Poignant message. I haven't. And probably this is the last three to 5 years, this is that movie.
And Naomi Harris was robbed. She should have been nominated for awards. Although this movie came out earlier, probably not award season fodder. That doesn't mean the acting in this movie isn't as good, if not better, than most of the red carpet stuff you see in this award season.
Tyrese's best job ever for me. That's his best acting job. He does the action, Fast and Furious stuff, and he did a culture classic, Baby Boy, but his best job ever doing this movie. He took it on, and it was right there equivalent with Naomi. I love it.
Right, now we should probably have like a lady or someone to lean into the table to talk about Tyrese's sexiness. But don't you agree? I think nothing wrong with two gentlemen here talking about how he usually leans into that, but not in this movie.
Not in this movie at all. He stayed away from that a little bit and just was his normal self. And I like that. That's what made it a believable movie, and his character and his acting believable too.
I sat down with our friend Deion Taylor and Tyrese, and you could tell Tyrese wants to get serious about this political message. Take a look.
And you, sir, 50 people will sit in the same chair that I'm sitting in right now and tell you this is a career best performance from you.
Oh my God.
Amazing work.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. It means a lot, man.
Did you have a feeling that it was there on the script? Or did you know on the set? When did it hit you how powerful this was?
You know, it was definitely a feeling. You know, even though it was my first time ever working with Deion, he creates this fun but really vulnerable environment, and Naomi did the same. I think for me, coming in town 2 weeks before we started filming and just wanting to smell the cologne and the energy of New Orleans put me into the headspace. Table reads, spending time with Naomi and saying, let's figure out nuances beyond what's on the page. Put us in that place. And I knew going into this that this was gonna be a movie for Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, and all of the innocent men and women that we see all over social media, movements, aggressive inner city outrage. And so you could either have a picket sign and have that to be your voice, or you could make a statement via movie. And it's unfair to say that all police officers are bad, but there are some really bad people out here, and they happen to be wearing uniforms, and we're on the receiving end of whatever they want to dump on us. So I pull from a real place because I've been on the receiving end of that. And so living through the Rodney King riots, living through Nipsey Hussle, living through the O.J. Simpson rioting, born and raised in Watts, South Central L.A., I just had to pull from a real place. So we all went into this thing knowing that we were carrying a very different torch that comes with some real responsibilities.
Man, he's great in this movie. His best acting yet.
Every time I see him, though, I still see him as the Coke guy on the commercial. Always. That's how he started his acting career.
As much as I wanted you to do that interview, I'm kind of glad you didn't now that I see that. Naomi Harris, how many good things can we say about not only her acting, but just her presence as a human being?
Yes, definitely. And you know what's funny is I always am amazed by this. I didn't know she was British. I didn't know she had the accent. And she it totally was gone in this movie. And I'm like, she started talking. I'm like, who are you?
Right. When I first talked to her, she was in Pirates of the Caribbean, and she had this really funky accent that was definitely not hers.
Yeah.
And then when I sat down with her, that's the first time I was shocked by it. Then not surprised to find out that she would become Moneypenny from all the James Bond movies.
Crazy.
But in this movie, again, like Tyrese, she plays against type, playing a totally different type of character than you've ever seen her play.
Fantastic. And Deion Taylor did an excellent job in portraying everything in this movie, all the viewpoints and how everybody thinks about this message and what's going on with this police brutality and everything. It was great.
Yeah, the message is strong. And when Deion was sitting here with us, he kind of busted my chops over the fact that I'd been carrying her magazine cover around for a month, and so did she.
Around too.
Take a look.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I was so thrilled that you posted my interview with Deion. Actually, that would have been Deion's interview with me.
Yes. Yeah, he put you right on the spot there.
Exactly. He said, "Hey man, do you mind if I do some social media while you got your lights set up?" And he started doing it, and then he called me into it.
I loved how you were prepared with my magazine cover though as well.
I carry your magazine. This is one of the few times in the last 3 days I haven't had your magazine with me.
Very disappointed.
Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
This movie is so remarkable. When you got the call, did you get the pitch or did they just send you a script? Which came first?
So I was taking a break from acting at the time, and I was like, I don't know whether I want to do acting. I was exploring other things. So I told my team, please don't contact me for a whole year. I just need a whole year off. And 8 months in, they sent me this script. And I was like, guys, I said to you, I'm not reading anything. But they're like, no, but just read this script. And then I read it and I was blown away. I was just on the edge of my seat the whole time. It was so thrilling. And then it also had this amazing, powerful message as well. And I thought that's the kind of thing I want to be part of. I want to be part of movies that are exciting and thrilling, but also have a really powerful message.
So, Black and Blue.
Yes.
Rent it or own it?
Own it.
Definitely own it.
This movie is going to be for the ages. It's timeless. You need to own this movie.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't show this movie down the road in classrooms, because it really is a good timestamp of what society is going through right now.
Yes, great point. Yeah, in every aspect. I definitely can see this at every level of education.
There you go. All right, coming up next, something for the kids. In fact, we should probably get our kid at the table again. It's small popcorn. How's that candy coming? All right, good. He's loaded up. We'll get small popcorn back to the table because this. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. I don't know the rest, but Addams Family, it's cast. Join us next to talk about the latest home video, DVD, Blu-ray release for the kids. And welcome back. It is Extra Butter. Before we wrap it up from this Cush movie theater, let's talk about the only kid family offering on Blu-ray, DVD this weekend and streaming. That, of course, would be...
Da-da-da-da. 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 Da-da-da-da.
Addams Family is the whole reason we have one of the youngest movie critics in America. His name is?
Small Popcorn.
That's his real name, too. Let's prove it. What's your first name?
Small.
Last name?
Popcorn.
Say Small Popcorn. Where do we find you on Instagram?
Large drink, small popcorn.
Large drink, small popcorn. By the way, world famous comedian Steph Sanders, where do we find you?
I am Steph Sanders everywhere. Grown man head, 12-year-old body. Thank you.
Got it. Questions, comments, concern at TV Marcus Sound. And don't forget, what do we want people to do on YouTube? Subscribe. Or like.
Subscribe,
Don't
like.
forget to hit that little bell.
That's right. All right, Addams Family, the new animated feature. Did you like it?
Yes and no.
What did you like about it?
I liked the way how it was kind of saying a new side of the Addams Family,
Yeah.
the new side to the traditions
All
and
right.
stuff, and how there's more things to them than just being weird.
What do you think worked about this movie?
Well, that is the Addams Family.
Yeah.
And so people that are gonna like classics like myself, I grew up in the Addams Family. I liked it. I sort of liked the characters were back, but they kind of took a new spin, which always isn't the greatest thing to do.
What I liked about it, I thought the cast freshened it up. Charlize Theron did a great job.
Yeah.
Your Wednesday now, Chloe Grace Moretz did a great job.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is Cousin It. Come on.
Come on, you gotta like Snoop, cousin Ed.
Exactly.
Baby.
Now, I sat down with some of the cast to talk. Take a look.
How rewarding is it to pour yourself into something, not really knowing how it's going to be until the tail end?
It's pretty magical.
I know. I mean, it really is because, like, especially with voiceover, it's not like you necessarily get to collaborate with the other actors as much. So it's really wonderful to like put your everything into this character and then see it all come together.
Yeah,
Not
'cause
your
through
first rodeo.
Through the process, we see little renderings of the character and drawings and
Yeah.
sort of rudimentary compilations of the scenes, and then to see it all together was just it really was a beautiful thing.
Should people buy it or rent it?
Rent it.
Buy it or rent it?
Rent it, definitely.
Rent it. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
Me too.
I liked it, but again, this is kind of an almost disposable movie you have to see with the kids, but you don't have to see it again.
Yeah, yeah.
And as I wrap up the show, what happened to the candy? We just sent you with like
Yeah.
$50 to get candy.
I eat it. That mile
You're
can.
gonna eat it.
I gotta talk to my agent. And don't bring anybody here with a better hairline with me next time either. It's ridiculous.